Alright guys, if you've been following the crypto markets recently, it's like watching paint dry. It is so boring, it is so bad, and you'd really be better off trying to fuck a cockroach than trade this market right now. So, you know what? We're not going to fuck a cockroach today. Instead, we are going to do some sports betting analysis for the NFL for Christmas and the week ahead of us. I think this will be fun for a change up, at least in relation to this shitty market right now. And so, I'm going to show you the best picks of the next week going into Christmas. It's gonna be a good week. I hope you're ready. So let's go through it, guys. I have my number one most confident pick. I'll give it to you in this video. I'm also gonna give you my most confident couple parlays in this video so you can make some money this Christmas. Let's have fun. Let's have a good time. Let's make money while we're at it. So Green Bay Packers, Los Angeles Rams, not betting on it. I do like the Lions a lot here, but it's not one of my absolute most confident picks. This is the key with sports betting and trading the crypto market is if you don't have an edge, if you do not have extreme value with what you're doing, don't touch it. This is the key. Why am I known as the greatest predictor to ever set foot on this planet, right? That's what I'm known for. Is because I shut the fuck up when I don't know. And I speak up when I do know. Okay, this is the key to being right. This is the key to having a great track record. Is you shut up and you don't play, you don't bet when you don't know. But when you do know, you speak the fuck up and you make sure everyone hears you loud and clear. That is the key. We're not betting on this. We're not betting on this. I am damn confident in the Lions. I'd say about a 75 to 80% confidence in the Lions, which means that is value, right? Because here, look at the odds. They're giving you less probability than a 75% chance to win. So I see value there, but I'm not going to go for it, at least not compared to my top picks, which you're about to see. Vikings and Giants, I don't like that game. I'm not betting on it, right? I mean, it'll be a good game probably, but I'm not betting on it. Chiefs and the Seahawks, I actually can see the Seahawks pulling off the upset here, but guess what? I'm not betting on it, okay? It's 250-50, which 50-50 shows you there's real good value in the Seahawks. Maybe it's 60-40 for the Chiefs, but in my opinion, the Chiefs are way too expensive here at minus 417, or in decimal odds, what is that, 1.2, 1.21-ish? Okay, so once again, I think the Seahawks have massive value here, but I'm not going to bet on that because, guys, I try to bet when I'm absolutely my most confident. So we get to our first very confident pick. Okay, actually, by the way, I'm very confident in the Lions and the Bills, but I'm not that confident that I'm going to go and bet the house on it, okay? So I do like the Bills winning this a lot. I do, trust me, but we got even better picks in my opinion. Here we go. This is where it gets spicy. This is where, like, look how many games I just skipped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games I passed on to the game where I become extremely confident in. The Bengals beating the Patriots. I'll explain to you why. The Bengals have to defend this number one spot to clinch the number one seed in their division. And so this is a super important game because look, the Ravens are right behind them, right? And so if you saw what the Patriots just did last week, they just sold one of the most important games of the season for them to the Raiders. And so look at this. If you are the Patriots right now, look at your schedule. You are going to have to face the killers of the NFL. You're going to have to face the best teams in the entire league coming into this next few weeks. So if I'm the Patriots, I saw a light at the end of the tunnel going into this recent game that they just threw away, and I don't see it anymore. Because like I said, the Patriots have to face the best teams in the NFL to finish off the season, which means their hopes and dreams of making it to the playoffs are crushed. Okay, look at this. The Patriots have to play the Dolphins, they have to play the Bengals, and they have to face the Bills. So you know what? If you were going to make it to the playoffs, you better have beat the Raiders, and you couldn't even do that. As a matter of fact, you're pathetic. Get the fuck out of here. On top of that, they crumble to the best teams. Look at this. They got crushed by the Bills, okay? They got crushed by the Dolphins, and they couldn't even beat the Chicago Bears, for example. They lost to the Packers. They lost to the Baltimore Ravens. So look, Ravens, Miami, okay, Buffalo, when they face good competition, they have gotten crushed this year. And so, especially after this performance, and then when you see that, think about what the Bengals are fighting for. They're fighting for that number one spot, whereas the Patriots, if they want a chance to make the playoffs, they literally have to win every single game against the best of the best teams. They're fucked. Any light that they saw at the end of the tunnel is crushed. It's gone. They're fucked. They're not winning this game, in my opinion. Although, if I'm going to be objective, I think there's an 85% chance the Bengals win and a 15% chance the Patriots could pull off the upset. I'm not counting on it. I see massive value here, but the odds think that they're at what, like a 60 to 70% chance to win. So in my opinion, this is a favorite that is actually undervalued, and I believe the Patriots have no momentum. Remember, the light at the end of the tunnel is gone for them, in my opinion. And then for the Bengals, they're on a 6-game winning streak, crushing the best of the best. The Bengals are probably top 3 best team in the NFL. So I have the Bengals easily winning this one, and this is one of my most confident picks of the week. So that is our first bet. Look at this momentum right here for the Bengals. Bengals, and they just came back and beat the Buccaneers when they were down 17-3. That just shows you the grit and the heart of a team. They do it all the time. They can come back, and so, like, for example, being the Chiefs 27-24, this is just a fantastic team. Okay, I'm super confident the Bengals win. Let's move on. Titans versus Texans. I actually think the Texans are undervalued here, but it's not something I'm going to bet on with any serious size. But I actually think the Texans should be the favorite to beat the Titans here, considering they just went neck and neck against the Chiefs and the Cowboys, and actually, in my opinion, they beat the Cowboys, but the refs robbed them. They didn't count that touchdown against the Cowboys. So, in my opinion, I think that the Texans have some good little momentum here going for them, but once again, not going to bet on it. Not going to bet on this. Not going to bet on this. Not going to bet on this, although I do think 49ers should be a lock. I still think the Commanders have a somewhat of a history of upsetting, so I'm going to stay away from that. I'm going to stay away from this. I'm going to stay away from this. There's just no real edge here, you know, and this is the key, guys, to betting and being correct. You stay the fuck away unless you're extremely confident. This is how I have such a high hit rate, guys. Let's move on here. Dolphins and the Packers. This right here is my most confident pick of Christmas. I am so confident in this pick. I'll bet the fucking house, okay? I'll probably bet around 50,000 on the Dolphins or something. We'll see. I'll update you, okay? The only reason we're not going to place this bet now is because there could be injuries. You know, we're still a week out from the games until Christmas, right? And, you know, someone could get injured in practice, and that could dramatically change the odds, and that could really screw you. So we're going to be waiting till we place these bets. But this is by far my most confident pick of Christmas, and I'll get into the simple reasoning why here. Okay, Dolphins are fighting for something. They are fighting for a wild card spot, which I think they have a very good chance to win that wild card playoff spot, considering who they're playing in the last 3 games of the season. Now, look at the pattern here. Miami Dolphins are extremely good at home. Okay, look at this. They beat New England at home. They beat the Buffalo Bills at home, one of the best teams in the NFL. They lost to the Vikings at home. Okay, this was their only home game loss of the entire year. Look at this. Then they beat Pittsburgh. Then they beat Cleveland. Then they beat Houston. Okay, so at home, the Dolphins are 5-1. They literally win every game at home pretty much, besides the Vikings, which was a close game, by the way. So the Dolphins are incredible at home, and I don't think the Packers are going to be able to stop them at home. Packers are 4-10. They don't have any notable wins against really any strong teams. It's just not a good team, especially against the explosive offense of the Dolphins. The Dolphins are my absolute most confident pick of the entire week. I am so confident in the Dolphins. Okay, so there's not a ton of momentum going on here for the Packers. I just think the Dolphins are going to crush them. Like, I am very confident in this pick. So Dolphins would be my second pick, and that is my most confident pick of the week. Last but not least, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, my next most confident pick. Okay, why? Because, guys, the Cardinals have nothing to fight for. The Cardinals are not going to make the playoffs, whether they win all the rest of the games or not. They have nothing to fight for, and if anything, you might as well get ready for the next season. Okay, so the Cardinals have nothing to fight for, but Tom Brady, the fucking GOAT, and the Buccaneers have everything to fight for. The #1 spot is depending on this game, okay, because the Panthers are going to be playing the Lions. Remember this game that we skipped earlier, which I'm confident the Lions will win this game, but still, you see, so let's just say from the Panthers perspective, they're going to be trying their best to win this game, because then if the Buccaneers lose this game, they're going to be tied, and it's going to be neck and neck. So think about it. If you're Buccaneers, you must win this game to keep that #1 spot, and if the Panthers lose, you're creating a great distance. So this is phenomenal, right? Because you have a team in the Cardinals, which has been extremely shit this year, fighting for nothing on a 4-game losing streak with 0 momentum, right? Nothing to fight for, and you got the Buccaneers with everything to fight for, and you have the GOAT with his back against the wall to make it to the playoffs. So I am so confident in that pick. You do not bet against the GOAT, at least in a situation where he's playing against a dog shit team with a dog shit record, with dog shit hopes and dreams for this season. Easy bet. Okay, when GOATs have their back against the wall, you bet on the GOATs, and that's going to pay off 70% plus of the time, and especially against this, okay? So I'm so confident in that. And by the way, let's talk about Joe Burrow, a GOAT in the making, okay? You could really say a passing of the torch from Tom Brady to Joe Burrow is how I see it right now. Joe Burrow is the future, in my opinion. So you look at this, and so Joe Burrow is fighting for that #1 spot, right? Look at this. This is what I love, right? See, this is why I'm so confident in these picks, okay? I mean, we had all these picks. I'm confident in the Bills, right? But look at the Bills. I believe they've already clinched the playoffs. See, they've already clinched the playoffs, so losing for them, it's not a big deal if they do lose. You see, this is the thing, right? Of course, I love the Bills, and I think they're going to crush the Bears. But remember, you want to bet on teams that have something to fight for, where it means a lot for them, especially if they're going against a team where it doesn't mean a lot for them. And so in this case, for the Dolphins, they're playing a Packers who have no good thing that can come out of this for them this season. Their best thing is really to just lay low and get some good draft picks for next year. Buccaneers and the Cardinals. Remember, Cardinals Cardinals have nothing to fight for. Just lay low, get some good draft picks for next year. Fuck off, right? You have nothing to fight for. Packers, you have nothing to fight for. Buccaneers, you have everything to fight for. Miami Dolphins, you have everything to fight for. You're so close to getting a wild card spot if you can beat your shitty competition going into the end of this year, right? So these are bets I love, okay? And they make a lot of sense, okay? And of course, you have the GOAT with his back against the wall, right? You have the most explosive offense in the entire league against a shitty team with nothing on the line for them. So this is what I love. See, we have a massive edge here. Massive edge, especially for these odds. Dude, I think the Buccaneers should be over minus 300, okay? In decimal, that's be 1.3 or less. Bengals, I think these guys should be minus 250 or higher. Okay, Dolphins, I think they should be minus 300 or higher. So all of these are actually cheap as favorites, okay? And my strategy as a bettor, I'm either looking for favorites that are underpriced or I'm looking for underdogs with a proven history of pulling off the upset, okay? Those are the two things I'm looking for in bets, is underdogs with a proven record and showing to create and cause upsets, or favorites that are underpriced. I believe these are the most underpriced favorites that are extremely likely to win, okay? So if I'm going based on probabilities, I think Miami Dolphins have a 90% chance to win. Buccaneers, I think they have an 85 to 80% chance to win. And the Bengals, I also think have an 80 to 85% chance to win. So based on the probabilities, all these favorites are cheap, and that's why I love these picks. So if I was thinking, how am I going to position size? Remember, we're still a week away from the games. People can get injured, so you have to consider that when placing bets ahead of time, and that's why I'm not placing anything right now, but I will keep you up to date. But in my opinion, $15,000 to make, hopefully we can get better odds on this, by the way, okay? I think this is fair. I think this is great, because out of 17 football games, these are my 3 most confident, especially for the price at which the odds are given, and I am so damn confident in all 3 of these. As the greatest predictor ever set on this planet, you still have to understand that this is gambling. This is sports. Upsets happen, and you cannot outrule the potential for an upset in one of these games, right? But we know that we're incredibly likely to be right on all of them, but of course one of them might miss, right? And so we just have to create a couple variations so that way we come out on top no matter what. Okay, so one parlay you could lock in here: Bengals, Dolphins, Buccaneers. Boom, you're good. Like, I love that parlay. So I think it's gonna be a great Christmas for us all. And then obviously my most confident pick of the week, Miami Dolphins, 50,000. Boom, right? Like, I'm just kind of walking you through how I'm looking at position sizing, right? So maybe if you're only doing the Dolphins, you do 50,000. If you're doing 2, maybe you do 30,000. If you do 3, you do 15,000. That makes sense. How you position size matters. Okay, so obviously I'm not placing any of these right now. I'll be waiting until we get closer to the games, but these are my top picks for the week. Now let's just do a Hail Mary parlay, is what I'll call it, is where you pick all your most confident picks. Okay, so I actually think the Chargers will win. I think the Buccaneers will win. I think the Dolphins will win. I think the Bengals will win. I think the Buffalo Bills will win. I think the Lions will win. Those are all my most confident picks. Okay, so $1,000 bet here would return you $8,500 profit. Once again, you don't want to be going and betting the house on that, but when I go for these Hail Mary parlays, the max I'll put on those is $1,000, right? That's throwaway money for me. So basically, whatever I throw away, I consider that money gone. I consider that money lost already. So for me, I've already placed this parlay, right? Because it's throwaway money. Like, I don't care about the odds. Fuck it. Throw it down. Let's have some fun. Throwaway money. I consider this money gone already. So look at this. $1,000 to make $8,800 here. Once again, I already consider this money gone. It's gone, but it's fun. It's fun. It's worth it, okay? It's worth the entertainment as well as that. Just throwaway money, but for the odds, I love it. So this is the Hail Mary parlay. This is a parlay I've placed for someone else, hence why it's only a $100 bet. And then this is a parlay I have active going into the Dolphins game. Miami Dolphins here to win. I called the Buffalo Bills in the Arman Sarukian fight in UFC. So Dolphins will win that. That'll be a 3x there for that parlay. So anyways, guys, my most confident picks, though, you know them now. So let's get rid of the Bills, the Lions, and the Chargers. These are my most 3 confident picks, and mix and mash them however you like, and in a way that makes the most sense for you and what you're most confident in. But my most confident pick of Christmas is the Dolphins. Okay, I think it's free money basically. All right, with risk, of course. Buccaneers, Bengals. I hope you see the patterns, right? Here you have Tom Brady, the GOAT. Overall, is not a horrible team, placing a horrible team with no hope. I've kind of explained the thought process in this video, and I hope it helps you in the future. And I've kind of shown you, the key to betting, the key to predicting, the key to being accurate is shutting up when you don't know and speaking up when you do know. I know for a damn fact I have an extremely good edge when it comes to these 3 picks, and I love them. I absolutely love them. So these are my top picks for Christmas. I hope you enjoyed this sports betting analysis and video, and I hope this will help you make some money for Christmas, and I hope you'll have some fun. And I hope this all makes sense for you guys. I hope this is a good change up from the day trading. in crypto because, man, the market's been so dry. It's been so bad, man, for me personally. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. Make sure you subscribe.